Hey gang, FLX Beer Reviews back again with another episode of As the Beer Swirls. I'm Dan.
I am Mike. Dan, we only do these reviews on site. What are we drinking and where are we drinking?
Sorry if the wind is killing it. It's the whipping out here.
It's beautiful.
It's gonna be terrible.
Gorgeous. It doesn't matter.
You'll just have to what the yell.
You've got amazing editing capabilities. I believe in you.
Oh, here's the wind.
I'm not going to do any of the work.
That does. Anyways, we're drinking a beer from Crafty Ales Lagers on site at Crafty Ales Lagers over in Phelps, New York. So February is come and gone, and the day of love was here. And they each year they brew Voluptas, and it's a chocolate cherry American porter coming in at 6.2 ABV. Don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see how it translates.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, it is a dirty, melted Tootsie Roll brown.
Yeah, if I get out of the
Basically.
frame and unblock the sun.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
barely any head on it. I'm sure it would swirl up.
it's probably gonna look black. Oh no, on camera I guess it looks a little brown.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's not doo-doo water.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's melted Tootsie Roll.
All right.
Your nose on the cigar.
Yeah, you want to move over a little bit that way?
Sure, whatever you want.
There we go.
All right.
See, I'm doing this on my watch. Fancy. Let's get a nose on it. Chocolate cherry porter.
Oh, man. Oh, that's almost Tootsie Roll chocolate.
So I was gonna say that because
Wow.
it's not like Hershey's or anything, but it is like very much the epitome of a Tootsie.
Yeah.
It is Tootsie Roll.
And the cherry is the candy on
it's like
there.
I'm wondering how many licks they took to get that many Tootsies out of the cherry pop.
Find out.
Oh, jeez. Or did they just throw the whole cherry pop in?
I really hope they just do the whole thing in. And that's what they brewed it with.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and just say that's what they did. This is brewed with all Tootsie Roll pop deliciousness. Let's not.
Is that factually correct? No, it's not. Little roasty notes too.
Yeah.
But
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Kind of cold, the wind.
But it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day here in Phelps, New York.
Yeah.
To be at Crafty's
So-
drinking beer.
Right off the bat, this is like the roast hits you first and foremost, and I think there's almost like this kind of a little char character to it.
I can see that. It is a dry roastiness. It kind of like saps moisture from your palate, like halfway back. But all the chocolate cherry notes, they're both very bitter. They're right up front. I think it balances nicely, especially for a porter. How's the mouthfeel for you?
6.2. I mean, the body's appropriate. It's
I think so,
not
too.
it's not like too thin. I mean, it's thinner side, but it's a 6.2 American porter.
Yeah.
I think the mouthfeel, I think I'd like it to be a little bit more creamy. It's a bit carbonated. Now,
a little
granted, we just got this poured. It's sort of cold. As it warms and kind of settles and lets it,
think it become a
kind
little
of aerate
softer.
it. Yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
little softer.
I do like the body on it. I think it's got a bit of heft to it that makes kind of the flavors maybe sit there a little longer than they would if it was a little thinner. So I love the ABV. Love the way it feels in my mouth.
Sorry, the whole video, I'm just watching my watch.
Oh, I know.
Just to make sure we're in.
It's because we're not at home, so you can't just look over at the tablet.
Yeah, well, you know,
You got to look at some
it's the
screen.
curse. How would you say? I would say the nose has more Tootsie Roll chocolate than anything.
I think the chocolate is still kind of Tootsie Roll-ish, but it does come off more of a Hershey bar chocolate on the palate.
Yeah.
The cherry, I still think, is more of a hard candied kind of cherry to it. It's very good.
I think you want to be careful with that candy note though, because I don't think it's like it's not like candy. I
No,
don't think
not
it's like
candy.
medicinal or
No, that's what I was saying. It's not medicinal at all. It's not like overly sweet gummy candy or anything. It's
like
just
that
a nice,
deep dark cherry almost from a Tootsie Pop.
or like one of those like good candy shops, where you're getting like penny candies or something like that. Like,
Because we only shop at the swankiest of shops.
this is true.
Yes,
That's what we.
when it comes to our candy. Speedway, it's a great place.
It's the only thing we spend more money on.
2 for $2.50 out of Snickers.
I need my candy in a paper sack tied together with twine.
That's really funny because the red vines I get over at Leo's.
Oh, here we go.
They gonna come with like this little. It's like a silver like twist tie, but it's like a fancy twist tie. So it's like when you said it wrapped up, fancy.
I think honestly, as cold as it is getting warmer, and I think those chocolate notes are coming out a little more.
Yeah.
It's almost like a hot cocoa kind of chocolate with like a little bit of cherry drizzled in there.
I was gonna say because it's weird. It's almost like there's a little like gristy, grainy kind of character to it, like the palate. Like it doesn't. It's not silky smooth. It's a little rough on the palate with that carb, but then there's that gristy, grainy kind of like. Oh,
I feel like the base porter, that bitterness that's in there, is really doing it for me. I think it's making it's really trying to make the chocolate that is coming off as a maybe a milk chocolate more darker and richer, more of a dark chocolate type thing.
So like the other half of that Flex, she has all these different syrups she puts in her coffee.
Yeah.
She bought like the official ones that have it like all the barista places.
Yeah,
whatever.
you got to get the official ones.
But this almost tastes as if like it's coffee and it had a pump of that syrup in it, and maybe you just you forgot about it and it's sitting out on the counter, and then you come back to it and
Ooh, I like
it's
that.
had it's with some carbonation.
Okay, I like that.
So-
I do like the carbonation level in here. I think it crisps it up just enough. But again, like we said earlier, I think as it continues to warm, it's just going to get softer.
Starting to get a little Coca-Cola vibe.
Maybe a cherry.
Yeah. All right. I mean, they do this batch every year. This batch, I enjoy this batch. I mean, I remember one year, like the cherry for me was almost non-existent. That was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
There was one year it was more medicinal too.
Yeah.
I remember that. And I was like, I don't know if I like this one.
So yeah, I mean, this one, I think I'd be hard pressed to give this anything lower than probably a 3.95.
Okay.
I'll give it a 3.95.
Yeah, I'm sitting right at a solid 4. I really like this beer. As far as porters go, I like porters. This is I think this is a special porter. It's not just your regular porter. You're getting a few different adjuncts in there, and it's making it for me. Like, I wish this glass was bigger.
Well, I said, give me the smallest glass you got, because that's all I'm getting for Mikey.
Yeah, that's what I get. I'm back down to 49%.
Yep. All right, gang. Until next time, I don't know. We might maybe do one more review.
One day we'll do a Crafty's review in studio. But until then, thanks for watching, everybody. Crafty Ales Lagers, Phelps, New York. Cheers.
Cheers.